What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the podcast, Drinks After Work with Shelly Nicole. What did I say? Shelly Nicole? Shelly Nicole. I hope everybody had a great weekend. We're almost at the finish line. 2024 is almost done. We have almost 2 weeks, right? Almost 2 weeks. Next week is Christmas. Cannot believe it that next week is Christmas. I don't know what 2024 has to go, but she getting up out of here for real. Like she does not want any parts. She's over everybody. She is ready to just be gone and just go about her business, which I don't mind because 2024 was a year. When I tell you, I don't know about y'all, but I think I've said this before, that 2024 was a year. A lot has happened. I think like just personally, a lot of things have happened, and just, a lot of, we always reflect every year, but I think for whatever reason, this year was the year of just like, it's in your face and we're going to talk about it and we're going to address it. And if you're not going to, well, I'm going to address it anyway. So it was a lot this year, but nonetheless, we're almost through. It's almost done. So keep pushing, keep going. I know it's like really hard. It's easier said than done, but we're almost at the finish line nonetheless. But this is part 2. So I did say that the next 3 episodes of this month were going to be based on how we're going into 2025. And so last week's episode was about what we've learned in 2024. And again, I've learned so much about myself, about other people, about people who I hung around, people who I kind of just interacted with, just growing, and nothing really terrible. I won't say like it was detrimental or like it caused me any harm or anything like that, but just, seeing how everybody is growing and learning at their own pace. Some people are not ready to grow and to learn and to let go. And sometimes you're in a whole different type of state than someone else is, like state of mind and where they're headed and where you want to go versus where everybody else is trying to go. And just learning that, again, everybody moves on their own pace. So last week's episode, you guys can go click on that and listen to that. That was part 1. What have you learned in 2024? And in today's episode, we are talking about part 2, ignoring the distractions. So, I think we can all be honest and say that we are surrounded by nothing but distractions. When you really think about it, we almost have like a playlist of distractions that we have going on. And while sometimes it can be entertaining, I'm not going to sit here and say that it's like, no one pays attention to it or no one really focuses on other people's life, celebrities, and what this one's doing and what that one's doing, what happened at work with this and what happened at work with that, the news. I don't even watch the news anymore. I had the Citizens app on my phone. I had to turn it off. I had to take it off because it was just like every freaking 15 minutes there was something going on. So it's like we have so many distractions. And I think one of the latest things that has actually happened was this election. That was a big debate, a very big, I want to say it definitely, this country, I feel like, has been divided for quite some time, but I feel like it's really just, it came out. Like how people really felt, what people really thought, it really just came out. People really showed their true intentions, how they really felt, what they were really thinking in this election. And I really have never been a political person. That's just never been what drew my attention. I was aware of like the bare minimum of what I needed to know, but this election towards the end, I really kind of had to right before I had to vote, I kind of had to really dive into okay, what's going on here? This has happened, that happened, this is going this is not going on. This one wants this one wants that, and really had to just like give myself a minute to really pay attention. So that was something that was, I want to say, a big distraction in everyone's mental health, as far as like the way the future is going, depending on who won. That was a very big distraction. And now, I guess for some people, not all, because some people, the candidate who they wanted, Trump, has won. And for those who were voting for Kamala, sorry, I messed up the girl's name, Kamala, my bad, y'all, Kamala, you know, it was a lot of tears, it was a lot of frustrations, it was a lot of scared, I think everybody's running scared, people trying to go to different countries, not knowing what's going on or what's going to happen. But nonetheless, that was something that was a stressor. That was something that was a very big distraction for our everyday life, which was, I mean, it needed to happen anyway, because obviously we vote every 4 years. But it definitely, I think, derailed a lot of people from what their purpose was, and from what they had going on, like what their thoughts of going on into the new year, what they wanted. That definitely pushed a lot of people back into trying to come up with a plan B, a plan C, plan D, just in case. So that was definitely one distraction. Another distraction, I guess, that was very big, or has now been big, and there's really so many, but I'm just like naming a few from what I have saw, like, has blown up and has gotten crazy. Obviously the whole thing with Jay-Z, him now being brought into this whole thing with Diddy, and him making his statement like, basically, I'll meet you in court type shit, like, I'll see you in court, because y'all coming up with this scenario of this happening. Allegedly, him allegedly he had done something. He had raped a female, a 38-year-old, well, now she's 38, but at the time she was 13, who went to the VMAs. We could talk about that on the live on Wednesday, because I have questions. But anyway, that was another distraction that kind of set people back again from what they had kind of going on in their mind. I guess for others, TikTok being banned. Or, you know, in January, I think they said they have to sell it. I believe that's what it is. They have to sell it. And if they don't sell it, it will be banned in the US. Personally, I've learned a lot from TikTok. I really hope they don't get rid of it. I've always said this. I constantly repeat it. I turn my notifications off for Instagram and TikTok. But when I do go on TikTok, I learn about so many things. And not just like within, you know, worldwide, but as far as like what new health techniques, like healthy techniques to take, like things that you should be taking, hormonal balances, things that are good for your hair, what you should, you know, new things that have come out for health for women in their 30s, new books to read, movie reviews. You made some friends off TikTok. I mean, I've done my own little movie reviews, my own little skits, how to cook certain things that you probably never cooked before. You can see the whole video, the whole tutorials. You have people who have literally blown up because of TikTok, and now they want to get rid of it because why? They're telling the truth about what's actually going on in the world and what's happening, and this is the way millennials and what do you guys call Gen Zs are getting their information. It's not just like, and I figure like that's what they think. It's all about just dancing, shaking your hips, and listening to new songs. You could really learn a lot from TikTok, and I personally feel like that's why they're getting rid of it, because they want to just control everything, and it's a lot. It is a lot, honestly. But again, we will talk about that on Wednesday at 6 p.m. I'm going on live. Last live, it did not work. I don't know what happened. I don't know what was going on with Instagram, but couldn't read the comments, couldn't see who was signed on and who wasn't. So we'll try again this Wednesday at 6 p.m. But nonetheless, they're all a bunch of distractions that are going on. And if there's any other ones that you guys can name that has been happening, obviously put it in the comments and let me know as well. But I'm just simply talking about the things that I've just seen and I've noticed. And we have to understand, and I told myself this, is like everything I say to you guys, and I'm on here preaching and helping you guys do, I do myself, and I'm still trying to teach and tell myself, Michelle, do it, because if you don't do it, you're gonna lose your shit. Literally having to ignore the distractions because it's going to derail you from what your purpose is. And the easiest ways for us to do that, and I can say us because I'm in the same boat as y'all, I'm no better than nobody else. The first thing you have to do it with me. Breathe. Literally just breathe. Like, take a very good deep breath and just breathe and exhale. Because if you don't, your anxiety is going to go out the fucking roof. I'm telling you. I think even like a study was shown that anxiety and depression has spiked in the last, I think since COVID, like since the last 4 to 5 years. Anxiety and depression in Gen Zs, in millennials have spiked because of the ridiculous up and down roller coaster that we have been on. Like, sometimes people, and I even know myself, sometimes and this is why I said I got rid of the Citizens app, and I really stopped watching the news like years ago. But you get on, you go to your phone, and the first thing you see is that, whether it has to do with the economy, or someone just got shot, or this is happening with this celebrity, and then this thing is happening over here, and then you have the war going on over there, and then, inflation, prices in gas are going up, and then now we have, cereal is like $15, and it's just like every little thing is attributing to our depression and our anxiety, just as humans, not just a certain group like a millennial or Gen Z, but just as humans. It's just getting worse and worse. It's getting worse and worse. Like, it's getting to the point of people are really like stressing out. Like, they don't know what's next. They don't know what to do. And you really have to just breathe through it all and just understand that every last one of us, no matter what you see people post, because I constantly hear people saying that, oh, well, she's posting this or he's posting that, and they look happy and they look this. You don't know how anybody is feeling. You don't know what anybody's going through. People only post and tell you what it is they want to tell you. They're only going to show you happiness. A lot of the times they're not going to show you when they're struggling. They're not going to show you when they haven't been able to go food shopping in a while. So here they are, having to eat cereal for a week until they get paid. They're not going to tell you what's really going on in their life. They're just going to show you what looks good. And if they don't show you what looks good, they're going to just tell you nothing at all. They're going to show you nothing at all, because I don't need you in my business either, and I don't need you judging me. We are a very judgy group of people. We've gotten that. I mean, we've always been that way, but it has gotten worse since we've been able to open up, our phones and record everything. But that's the one thing you need to do. You do need to breathe. And going into 2025, that's another thing, because it may be, how like the same things when it happens when you change over from one president to the next, or when you go from I'll use that analogy, from one president to the next, right? All of the bullshit that this one president may have done or may not have done, you now as the new president either have to fix, review, or just get rid of completely. And it's the same thing when it goes from 1 year, from 2024 all the way in, going into 2025. Just because the clock struck 12 and now it's January 1st, 2025 does not mean, although we would like it, that everything that happened this year will automatically disappear and we'll just start over completely fresh. No, at least like in the beginning of the year, at least like the first few weeks, if not the first 2-3 months of the year, you're still going to have a little bit of the residuals from 2024. But the idea is to breathe through it all, understand that life happens, shit happens, and you got to take everything one day at a time. The next thing is you got to take a break. I know a lot of you, and even me, because I've gotten to that point sometimes too, busting out this overtime, trying to make as much money as possible, trying to find out what's the next move to make, because time doesn't wait for anybody. And you have to seize the moment, and we both have the same 24 hours in the day. What are you doing with yours that you're not doing, that I haven't done with mine? I get that whole thing. I understand that whole momentum. I do. But at the same time, if you feel like you're mentally losing it, or you feel like you're about to crash out, you need to take a break. I don't care what this one said. I don't care what that motivational speaker said. I don't care what this one said. Enough. Please. Oh, you're never going to get anywhere if you stop. You can sleep when you're dead, but you can't even enjoy what you have when you're dead. So what are you saying? What are you saying? I never understood that. Oh, I'll sleep when I'm dead. Oh, I'll rest when I get old. But you'll never be able to enjoy anything that you have now when you're old or when you're dead. Take the time that you need to take to give yourself a break. Because if you don't want to give yourself a break, your body's going to tell you to give yourself a break. And then you're really going to be on a break for a very long time. Longer than what you expected. It is okay to give yourself a day. Maybe a day and a half. Maybe 2 days. Shit, maybe a weekend. A long weekend, a Friday to Monday type thing, where you need to give yourself time. Like, you know what? I have been hustling. I have been moving, been writing, been, taking pictures, or have been, whatever your side hustle is. You've been doing whatever it is you have to do. And not just a side hustle, but even just at your job. You've been working like a workaholic right now. I need to give myself some time. Whether that's like going on a nice little weekend vacation somewhere. It can be in state. It don't have to necessarily be you getting on a flight. You could do a road trip too. Those are cute. Those are fun. You could do a road trip to a state nearby. You could do anything, honestly. But just to give yourself a break. Go to the spa. I am a very big spa person. I love me a spa, baby. Give me the facial, the massage, the body scrub, the pedicure. Do everything. Please, head to toe. Absolutely. I'll be in there from sun up to sundown if I could. But give yourself the time to just say, you know what? I need to relax. I need to decompress. Go and, if you like to, I don't know, like play any type of sport, go to a game. Go get some tickets. I use Game Time. This isn't sponsored, but Game Time, shout out. I use Game Time a lot for my sporting events, to go to the football games, the basketball games. I even bought concert tickets from them as well. Go over there, get some discounted tickets, and go take yourself to an event. Or find something, again, TikTok, another benefit for TikTok. Another benefit is Googling like what's good things to do in your city, whatever city you live in. What are some fun things to do on a Saturday, things to do on a Sunday? It's the holidays, so y'all can always go to the city, enjoy the city. I know it's cold, but bundle up and enjoy and take your family, or just take yourself, or take your significant other, or somebody you're interested in, whatever. Take them on a nice date. Give yourself a nice little weekend, to enjoy whatever it is you need to do. Don't overwork yourself, because all that money that you're making, it can't come with you when you're dead. You can only remember and recall all the times of, you want to make lasting memories, lasting events, and lasting situations to happen. Like, you want to be around people who you can like just look at. I'm just drawing a blank right now. I'm looking at something and I'm drawing a blank. But you basically just want to enjoy the time that you have with people while you're here on earth. And money is good. Yes, money will I don't know what people be talking about. Money don't bring you happiness. To hell. Yes, it does. Money does bring you happiness, but not all your happiness. It's good to have it, but it's not going to be the end all be all at the end of the day. Enjoy your time and take a break. If we dive in a little bit deeper, remove yourself from the table. Now, I don't know how big this table is. I don't know how circular this table is. I don't even know if the table could be a square. It could be a rectangle. It could be a triangle. I don't know. It could be a trapezoid. But whatever this table is, if you feel like it's not serving you and it's not bringing anything to you and to your purpose, and what you're trying, or even if you're just trying to find your purpose, because honestly, I'm still figuring it the fuck out. I'm still figuring it out. I have it like 70% down. I'm trying to see where the other percentage is at. I'm trying to figure out like, what else am I missing? Where is this other 30%, right? Like what? I said 30, right? I'm right? Yeah, 30. Okay. I had to double check. But it's just like, sometimes you have to remove yourself from the distraction. And sometimes the tables that y'all are sitting at, you got to remove yourself from. Because yeah, that could be your family. Yeah, those can be your homegirls. Those can be your homeboys. That can be your ride or die. That could be somebody you've known since you was in preschool. This could be somebody that you just met last year. But if you're sitting at this same table with these people, and again, it can be anybody. It don't necessarily have to be one group of people. If you're sitting there and they're bringing you nothing but drama, but frustration, but gossip, but bringing up old things that you used to do, that you no longer want to do, and you've communicated this, and you said, no, I'm trying to do things differently. I'm in a new headspace in my life right now. I'm moving this way, I'm moving that way, and they keep on it's not that big of a deal. Oh, you ain't got to worry about that. Oh, you got time. Oh, that's lame. Oh, this and that. If you feel like this is something that's constantly being pushed on you or said to you, maybe you got to remove yourself from the table, babe. And maybe you got to sit by yourself in your own little table. Or you need to find a table that suits you and suits where you're going. I've had to do that myself. And I'm telling you, one of the most dangerous prayers, I actually made a video about this on TikTok. The most dangerous prayer that you can pray is to ask God to remove people from your life that no longer serves you. May no harm or no foul be done to them, but may you remove them when I don't have the strength or the clarity or the wisdom to move them myself. Baby, when you pray that prayer, I swear that's the fastest prayer that he be answering. Because he comes in like a stiff wind and just like takes everything out. Clears the room, clears the table. And you just like, wait a minute, hold on. That was quick. And it can honestly be, it don't even have to be no drama. And that's the thing. It's never no drama. It's never no issue. It fades away. It just goes about his business. And again, it's not a specific type of group. It's not just your family members. It's not just your friends. It's not just your coworkers. It can literally be anything in your life that's distracting you from what it is you're supposed to be doing. Remove me from the table. Because if I don't see it and if I'm not realizing what's going on, God, I need you to do it because clearly I can't see. Another thing you can do to avoid or ignoring the distractions, get some sleep. And it may not make sense, but honestly, your sleep and the rest that you need to give your body and your brain is going to help you to avoid having, it basically refocuses you. avoid multitasking. That is the other part to that. I know 24 hours in a day is sometimes not enough. I know we wish we had maybe 30 hours in a day, or some of us don't. But avoid trying to do 5 to 6 things at a time. Take everything on one at a time. I literally have to tell I'm telling y'all, everything that I'm saying to y'all, I be saying to myself. And I told myself I'm bringing this in with me for 2025. I have to stop trying to do everything at the same damn time. I have to stop, because I be driving myself crazy. And then before you know it, I crash out. Now, fuck it, I don't want to do anything anymore at all. Because now I'm pissed. Because I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do this, I have to do that, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. You can't. You cannot. And simply because you will have this moment of, you'll get angry, you'll get frustrated, you'll get annoyed, you'll think that it's never going to work out, you'll start speaking negatively about the outcome. You'll think that it will never happen at all. Stop doing it. Do one thing at a time. Even if that means this one thing is going to take you the entire day, then let it take the entire day. Take your break in between, but don't go from having to do like something simple. You have to schedule the appointments. Like, let's say it's for you and your kids. You have to schedule the appointments today. You have to make sure everybody has their appointments set for the new year, which I do. I get all of my appointments set up for either January or February. And I always go into the new year knowing like what's going on health wise, like what I need to do, yada, 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 meet with all my doctors. Having that be, okay, you know what? It's Monday. We're going to schedule all the appointments today for the kids, and for the rest for me and for, my partner, I'm going to schedule all the appointments. Boom. That task is done. Now what else? Okay, we have to get, go shopping for clothes, or I need to, clean out my closet from all the shit that I am not wearing and replace it with things that I actually want and pieces that I actually like to wear. Whatever it is. Okay, I want to write this book. Let me at least get the intro and the first chapter down. Even if that takes you a whole entire day, so be it. Writing a book, I've written a book. If you guys haven't gotten it, it's the shit that they haven't told you about your 20s. It's on Amazon. It's still there. And I have my second book coming out very soon. But that book is on Amazon. Even doing that takes a very long time, because you want to make sure you're doing and saying the right things and it's coinciding with what your theme is for, the said book. But just taking your time. Stop trying to cram everything into one day. And again, I constantly tell myself this all the time. Michelle, stop doing that, because you're going to crash the fuck out. And then I end up putting my phone on D&D and don't want to talk to anybody, because I'm just annoyed that I did it to myself. And one of the last things I think is important is, there's a bunch of things that you could do to ignore the distractions. But again, we'll talk about that during the live on Wednesday at 6 p.m. The last thing is to listen to music. So recently, and not really recently, my grandmother, rest in peace, grandma, introduced my brother, and my two other cousins, Tati and Chrissy, to jazz music when we were younger. I remember coming back from school and she would automatically say, okay, go in the kitchen, make yourself some food. She'll turn the TV on for a little bit, and then 30 minutes later she'll turn it off. Okay, get to homework or get to read a book, something, whatever. If you don't have homework, you're reading a book. And while she's in her chair knitting, she always plays jazz music. But her jazz music was always coming from her bedroom. She was doing that since middle school. So since the 6th grade, 7th grade, she was doing that. And my mom played it here and there too. She played, especially on Saturdays or when she come home from work and she's cooking, she'll play WBLS or, cause after a certain time, The Quiet Storm? Yes, The Quiet Storm. Yeah, I haven't listened to the radio in a while, but the choirs don't, like, she'll let that play, or she'll put on jazz music, especially around the holidays, Christmas time. It was always Christmas music, but you had some Christmas jazz, or some Nat King Cole playing something calming music. I know we like to turn up. I know, what is it called now? The kids are doing the drill music. Yes. I don't know what did we call it. I don't even remember what we called it. Trap music. Yes, we called it trap. So I guess it's drill music for them. Is our trap music. It's cool to listen to that. Let's be clear. I listen to Lotto. Shout out to my girl Lotto. I listen to JT. I listen to Big X the Plug. I listen to a lot of artists. I do. But majority of the time, and I'm talking about majority of the time, like 90% of the time, you gonna have me I'm either gonna be listening to R&B or jazz music, because it's very calming. And especially after work, if you know me, you know what I do, you know where I work, I'm gonna need it. My social battery is done. I need to just calm myself down, because yeah. Anyway, so changing your music genres up is okay. You don't always have to listen to people screaming at you, and to people talking about how much money they got, and to people constantly telling you, you don't need all the fast shit. Sometimes you just need to slow down, and it's okay to do that. It's okay to just listen to something that's a little bit less aggressive. I was listening to Chris Brown like crazy. I cannot wait for this man to drop his tour dates for next year. But I was listening to Chris Brown like crazy this year, especially after I went to his concert. But again, I was listening to other artists as well. But I'm very much so a R&B girl. I'm very much so a jazz and light, relaxing music, because it allows you to think. It allows you to get shit done. You ever clean the house and play jazz music? You will have this house in spick, span, spotless, clean. I did that one time. I really think I cleaned from like the ceiling. I was cleaning the walls. I think that's how zen I was. I was cleaning the walls, like wiping them down. I kid you not. I swear on everything. I really was. But nonetheless, keeping a wide range of music, keeping a calm, having just a playlist. Have one playlist. I mean, Apple makes it very easy for you, for my Apple users. Android, I'm sorry, I don't know what y'all got. But anyway, y'all can figure it out on y'all end. As far as like, they have playlists in iTunes where you can just look up and type soul jazz or smooth jazz or whatever, and they'll have the whole thing play. And just try it out. It will calm you down. It will help you with the distractions. It will help you with the overthinking. It will help you to regulate your emotions and to just sit in whatever it is you need to sit in at the time, and to just move with that. So just a challenge. Bring that into 2025 too. Change up your music, right? So like I said, guys, Wednesday I will be on live. Hopefully it works this time. Last time it did not work. I don't know what was going on, but I will be on live on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Probably on my personal one, and then I'm going to keep showing you guys where to follow me on my other Instagram, the podcast Instagram, drinksafterwork_podcast. And yeah, tell a friend to tell a friend. I'm also on YouTube, Spotify. Make sure you share the links and share it out. We're trying to get to 1,000 listeners. We're almost there. So we got to get to 1,000 listeners. So y'all got to make sure y'all share any type of platform y'all are listening to, on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, wherever it is. Boost them numbers up. Download the episodes and listen to all of them. Just listen to all of them. We're almost at the year anniversary. I cannot believe it. I'm almost at my year anniversary. I think it's in like 3 weeks or 4. Yeah, no, it's in a month. It is in a month. And I am shooketh. Learned a lot, still learning a lot. But nonetheless, I love you guys for listening. Stay tuned for more episodes. We have one more for the end of the year, and then we'll just go on like a little break, and then I'll be back ready for next year. Of course, it ain't gonna stop. We're just taking a little, a little break. And then tune into my YouTube as well. I'll be putting up a lot of vlogs coming up, a lot of and you guys like the the commentary I make when I watch the Pop the Balloon shows and when I watch what's the Ultimatum on Netflix. So I'm gonna be putting those up too on TikTok. Hopefully they don't ban it, but ban TikTok. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But nonetheless, I thank you guys for listening. I thank you guys for watching. I thank you guys for being here. Whatever happened into today, leave it in today. Don't bring that shit into tomorrow. Enjoy yourself. Get home safe if you have not gotten home yet. If you are home, relax, chill out, breathe, take a break. And I'll catch y'all guys later. Bye.